Okay, well, thanks, lads, for the moment. Controversy, of course, broke out on Sunday while the Waterford Miners were securing their place in the All-Ireland final next month. Word was filtering out that the Waterford senior hurling team had held a meeting and had voted 18-10 against Michael Ryan, staying on as manager. He subsequently announced that he wouldn't be going forward, and tonight, for the first time, he gives his side of the story. Go back to last weekend, Michael. Had you any inclination that this meeting was taking place?
Yeah, well, I had, in fairness. I knew the meeting was taking place. I suppose, first of all, I thought, and I was meeting the county board on Thursday, I thought, we were going to be ratified again. All the indications were that I was going to be the manager for the coming 2 years along with my backroom team. But I met with the county board officers on Thursday, and they told me there was a bit of a problem. Some of the players had met and they weren't, they had actually contacted one another, and they weren't happy. They wanted a change of voice and they wanted a new manager going forward. So I was very, very surprised about that and very disappointed. And also, I'd have to say the timing of the meeting. I'd wondered about the timing of the meeting. It was held at 11 o'clock in the morning on a day when Waterford Miners were playing in Croke Park. I believe there was only 11 people present and people were contacted by phone. So overall, I was disappointed about the way the whole thing panned out. I think if you're going to have a meeting like that, you should have all players present and everybody should have a say.
And did any player call you in advance to say this was happening, or indeed subsequently after the meeting to tell you what had happened?
No, I contacted, when I heard there was a problem, I contacted 8 players. 5 of them suggested they were happy enough with the management team. They did suggest that maybe we needed to improve our hurling coaching and do a few things going forward. We already planned that. 3 others said, in fairness, they were in favour of a change, but they had their meeting and the vice captain of the team, Noel Connors, contacted me at 1 o'clock on Sunday to tell me the players had voted for a change.
And was it a happy camp during the year? I mean, was there unrest behind the scenes?
Well, I certainly didn't have any indication at all that there was a problem. I mean, I had been in constant contact with the players, and I'm a big players manager, and I like to believe the dialogue is very, very important. On several occasions, players would have said to me things were going well. They would have pointed out as well that some things needed to be improved. And looking back on our year, I thought we had a decent year. It was a very competitive Division 1 in the National League. We started off up in Ennis against Clare with a really good result. Then we drew with Cork and Dungarvan. We had a tough battle with Kilkenny and Nolan Park when 2 goals. We gave away 2 goals. Maybe a little bit disappointed about that. We played Tipperary in Welsh Park and we beat them. They scored 6 points in a row to win the game. It was the first time that Waterford had beaten Tipperary at home in the National League since 1935. We actually, in real terms, finished in 3rd place in Division 1. The only reason we didn't make the semi-finals was that Galway's Joe, thanks to Joe over there, they beat us, so they went through in the head-to-head. So we finished in 3rd place in Division 1, and I was told when I took the job, priority was to stay in Division 1. Then we played a championship against Clare. We prepared really well. We had a magnificent training week down in Forza, thanks to Club Desha, who played a big part in my plans over the year. And we played Clare. We were in a very good position at half time. Unfortunately, we had 4 wides at the start of the second half. I think we had 15 or 16 wides. And you can blame management all you like. We didn't hit any of those wides. Unfortunately, on the day, the players didn't click, and that does happen. We then played Offaly in Tullamore, a very sticky game, because Offaly had played really well against Kilkenny the week before, and it was 2 weeks before. It was a tough game. We won that. I suppose with respect to Westmeath, we were always going to beat Westmeath, and then came the game against Kilkenny, and we played really, really well in the night. And as Brian Cody said to me after, in his term in charge of Kilkenny, it was the first time ever the Waterford went toe-to-toe with Kilkenny. So I was very surprised and very disappointed.
Well, the County Board Executive met on Tuesday night and said in a statement that the position of manager will be open to all interested parties. Should the outgoing manager wish to put his name forward, it will be considered equally with all others who may express an interest. Now, there has been loads of rumours, Michael, that you might in fact change your mind and that you might in fact put your name forward.
Well, could I just say, Marty, before we get on to that, I'd like to say that first of all, as regards my management team, we had Pat Flanagan and Jimmy Payne in charge of physical fitness. I went up to Pat Flanagan down in Kerry 2 years ago. I sat down in his kitchen and I said, I'm not leaving here until you agree to come to Waterford. 3 hours later he said yes, and he's made a magnificent contribution along with Jimmy Payne. Pat Moore was our goalkeeping coach. He's been absolutely outstanding. Sean Cullinane, the Rock as he's called down in Waterford, worked with our defence, a very, very good guy and selector. Our defence has been excellent all year. We brought in Ray Murphy to do a bit of the coaching, and it's a good selector. I was with him in Delisle. He's been excellent as well. And we had Jack Cunningham in on a number of occasions. We already had plans in place for the coming year. I had met with Pat Flanagan. We had addressed the issues of players' welfare. We had a number of players injured, and plans were in place. And we were going to beef up our coaching structure for the coming year. But as regards, I suppose I am really thinking about it now again, because some of the people have contacted me. Jimmy Barry Murphy rang me on Monday. He was very, very surprised and disappointed. He thought we were in a very good place. Ger Loughnane also, I had a lovely text from Ger, and he felt actually we overachieved during the year. And you look at the Sunday game team, Eddie Brennan, Liam Sheedy and Ollie Moran, they all felt that we've done very, very well. There's a huge body of support out there for me. A lot of people are contacting me and asking me to put my name into the hat again. I don't know, I'm going to think about it over the next week or so, but I wouldn't rule anything in or out at this stage.
I get the feeling, Michael Ryan, you want this job. Would I be right to say that?
Well, of course I want this job, and I mean, I think I have something to offer. I think I had a decent reign. I've maybe a different style of management to other people. I believe in assembling a good backroom team and delegating. I mean, our medical staff, every facet of our backroom staff was outstanding. And, I think I have a lot to offer. And, going forward, I hope to be involved in Waterford Hurling in the future.
So really what you're saying, you are going to go first?
Well, we'll have a serious look at it, Marty. We'll see what happens.
Okay.